So this term in Year 4 we are learning about the Vikings. We were incredibly lucky today to have an outside provider called Off the Page come in and provide a whole day workshop with the children, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about how we prepared the children for this session, but also about the activities that we carried out as part of the workshop. So the first lesson that we did with the children was just to introduce them to the idea of the Vikings, who they were and where they came from, and also their place in history. So we made a massive timeline out on the playground and we put it into perspective in terms of comparing it to other events that the children would have learned about previously. In the second lesson we learned a little bit more detail about the Vikings and why they invaded Britain, and the children wrote a letter to their families back home explaining all about their journey. So over the last couple of weeks we've introduced the children to some key vocabulary that we thought would be really useful in order to help them understand the most they could out of the workshop. So they understand the terms Danes, Scandinavia, invaders and settlers, but we've also chosen to withhold some information from them, like the fact that their helmets didn't actually have horns, but also some other key details that we just wanted them to learn on the day and just be really excited and enthusiastic about. So this morning, as part of the workshop, the children all came in wearing absolutely fantastic Viking costumes. The workshop was completely immersive and they all got to make all sorts of Viking crafts like clay pots, candles, do weaving, make Viking runes, and took them all home in a little paper bag. This afternoon they moved into the future and they became archaeologists on an archaeological dig to discover Viking artefacts. So all the children were arranged on a different table. They had a box in the middle filled with soil with lots of different artefacts in it, which they had to very carefully extract using a brush, then examine and decide what it was and who would have used it. There were also a few red herrings thrown in there, like a bullet, to start to draw out from the children the fact that the Vikings wouldn't have used guns and that this could have resulted from something that was dropped in the earth from another period of time. So the children have had an absolutely fantastic day. I'm sure you'll see that from all the video clips that we're about to show you.